everyone, welcome to episode 8 of the Comic Boot. I'm Kalen.
Not everybody at once. I'm James.
And I'm Cody.
Alright, so this week we're going to be talking about things that are a little bit more mainstream for people, because I know a lot of our listeners they haven't read comics in a while, but one thing a lot of people love to do is binge watch TV shows. So this week we're going to be discussing what's been going on.
Well, not what's been going on.
Well,
it's been
what
for
has
a while,
happened.
It's more of a prep for Iron Fist, I think. I mean, that would be a better way to put it.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's March.
Yeah.
And then
Iron Fist is March.
Was that like 6
is
weeks away or
Defenders
something
later
like that?
this year? Is it like March is
I think
Iron Fist,
Defenders
and
is
then-
this fall, yeah.
Because they're already doing promo shoots on Entertainment Weekly, so it's going to happen. It's happening soon.
Please tell me you've seen the group photo where they're all serious faced and then
And then
Murdoch
Iron Fist is like the nipples
Murdoch
out
is
thing.
smiling and somebody made a meme out of it and he's like, "Hey guys, what the fuck are you looking at?"
Yeah.
He's like, look at that.
And he's grinning because he's the only one who is. But
Who, Iron Fist? Or
Daredevil.
Charlie Cox.
Daredevil.
well,
Charlie
that's
Cox.
funny because he can't see what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that's the point. that's the point, buddy. Hi, Kalen. How are you?
Shut up.
So if you haven't guessed, obviously we're talking Netflix.
Which I'm sure will bleed over to other
Oh, I'm sure.
Because we always like to compare.
We do,
Yeah.
and we can't really stay on track that well.
Well, okay, so like, the whole Netflix craze with Marvel started off with Daredevil.
Yeah. What started Netflix on this path of making us lose days of our lives in order to sit down and watch these shows?
So much time has been
Orange
lost.
is the new.
Was it Orange
Black.
is the New Black?
That was
Very-
their first original show. wasn't it?
No, the first original series that Netflix ever did was House of Cards.
Was it House of Cards?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's so
I
good.
stand
and
corrected.
that solidified Netflix because that
And
show
then it
was
was the-
great.
The frat boy fantasy of Orange is the New Black.
How's that frat boy / lesbian?
You find me. We're not even gonna go there. But yeah,
I'm telling you.
I mean,
Dude,
come
girls
on.
are going to be making out with each other, man. I am watching that shit.
Well, they do more than that.
Well, yeah.
the first episode in the first 5 minutes is a chick licking another chick down there. I think is what it is.
He is speaking about cunnilingus
cooch.
for those who are
Did he
not.
really just say the cooch? Oh, my God. All right, but anyway, so
See, we
Then-
can't stay on track.
then we got some smart person came up with an idea of saying, hey, remember that Ben Affleck movie?
Oh God, it was terrible.
Yeah, let's make that into a TV show.
Batfleck begins.
And so
And it paid off. Like, Daredevil is a great show. Like, the
and
first season
we don't get
was amazing.
Yeah, and you don't get an outfit. You don't get the costumed hero
Until the
the last scene of the last episode.
Well, no, because he fights Fisk in the red suit.
Yeah, that was like
It's-
the last
So,
part.
but it was like the last
Yeah,
Last
pretty much.
bit
He
of the last
suits up
where
for
he
the
goes
final.
after Fisk and
Yeah.
then gets him in the alleyway, right?
Yeah,
Or whatever.
and,
Yeah,
and he takes him out. But now in the whole season 2, he's in the outfit, and I heard mixed things about season 2. Did
Have
you
you
guys
watched season 2 yet?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
obviously. But I mean, do you guys think it was better than the first season, or was it
I think,
declined a little bit?
and this is my personal opinion, and obviously you two, I am anxious to hear your counter arguments, but I think Daredevil season 1 may have honestly been the best superhero origin story I've seen put to film, and because it took the whole season for the origin to play out, and it worked. It wasn't like watching like Iron Man, for example. Not that Iron Man is a bad movie by any means, because it's not.
Well, it works out better in a TV show because you can delve deeper.
Well, you get
Yes.
13
into,
hours.
Yeah, and not
Instead of
only
having
that,
to put it all in 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
but it's
or
not.
whatever.
You're not just watching an origin story,
Yeah.
and then you get a little bit of action and the movie's over. But like with a TV show, you have like little bits of origin with a little bit of what's happening now and a little bit of what's the big plan that Kingpin is going with. Like, there's a lot going on.
There is, and Kingpin, man, that's
Oh, I
my favorite
I do
villain.
like the Kingpin in this, but my only thing is why does he always talk like he's really constipated? It's just forced and just.
I think it's a character. It's a character decision by Vincent D'Onofrio to present Kingpin to us in that way, because we get that sense of his wife eventually changes him, because he doesn't start out in all white, and she starts introducing white or gray into his
Yeah, he wears
life.
Black.
He wears all black.
He wears all black, or I think one early episode has him in like a really dark charcoal gray. Like
I mean,
but the point is, he goes from
sure,
but
how's that?
But because his mentality, like with his backstory, which I thought was more beautifully done than Matt Murdock's backstory.
It only took one episode
for Murdock,
but it was beautiful.
Oh, it was awesome. His dad, the abuse he received. It was.
That's gonna dude, you're a psych person.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's going to play with the way a person is. Period.
The only thing,
no matter what. I think that's the character decision that Vincent D'Onofrio did, is that he took that trauma, and this is how good D'Onofrio is that he took that trauma and he transplanted it from a 10-year-old and having to do what he did by killing his dad, and he brought that into his adult portrayal of Wilson Fisk. And that's why he's all dark and all black, and he talks very monotonous with purpose. He presents, he gives his lines that, in a sense, that you are physically scared, even if he says, "I want a bowl of vanilla ice cream," and you're like, "Holy shit!" He's just that good, and Marvel, of all the villains they've done, this and what they did with Cottonmouth and Luke Cage, until they, ushered him out the door, were perfect portrayals of bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
And because I don't think in Daredevil Season 2, I mean, you could argue that the Punisher's a bad guy.
He's presented as a villain, even though everybody knows,
and
or should know, that he is an anti-hero. Well, he's presented as a villain, which works beautifully.
But there's no... the Hand? They don't ever say the Hand, but the Hand?
Yeah, that's who it is.
You have a group of bad guys, and then you have all these little mini portrayals of bad guys in Daredevil Season 2. So there's really not a bad guy in that entire season that you can pinpoint, besides that one Asian guy that kicked the shit out of
the one who was allegedly dead, or the one was dead
from season 1.
The Hand used their magic to heal him.
Yeah,
I think it's an interesting side note, real fast. The Hand is the inspiration for the Foot Clan from Ninja Turtles.
I can buy that.
It's my understanding that that's where Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird got the idea.
I get the Foot Clan, the Hand, hand and foot,
but
mouth.
Anyways,
gross.
But season 2...
Don't go down that road. That's gross. But you ever seen that shit?
What?
Hand, foot, and mouth disease or whatever?
It's bad.
No.
We're not going to get it. Anyways, so... But, Season 2 Daredevil is... It's not bad by any means. It's still really good. It's just...
It's not as good as Season 1.
Well, because there's not a clear-cut villain, really.
Well, it's not really that.
I don't think there needs to be a clear-cut villain, but I think they try to do... If you're going to ask me, is Season 1 better or Season 2 better? Season 1's better, period.
Oh, yeah.
You are introduced to this world, and they acknowledge the MCU, which we know will never... These guys... They're
not going to...
No, they're never going to... Never, ever, ever. And, I mean, I'll take a Pepsi challenge when somebody says, they said they were going to. They're not going to, dude. Okay, they're going to reference the event or the
New York incident,
or the incident, and that was the alien invasion from
the first Avengers,
movie. Yeah, and so I mean they're going to reference that, and they're going to say, that's the only thing that we're going to get out of it. It's kind of like the TV show, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They don't have any of the core movie people in there or anything like that.
I think in one episode they did have Lady Sif.
Yeah, Sif
Carlson or whatever.
Coulson. Sif did appear in one or two episodes, yeah. But
going back to the Kingpin thing for a second, the only thing that'll fuck you up worse in high school are your parents. And his dad did quite the number. And I did like the transition between him sitting and staring at a blank white wall to him as an adult staring at this painting.
Mm-hmm.
They got the white bunny in a snowstorm or whatever they called it.
It's just a white canvas.
Yeah, it's the sailboat from Mallrats, basically.
Yeah,
you stare at it till you see it, and maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's Ethan Suplee and he sits there and just stares at it, and he never sees it.
It's a schooner.
But obviously, nobody's stupid enough to walk up and be like, "Oh, it's it's this or this."
But he paid so much money for it.
Oh,
a couple thousand.
I don't know, a lot.
Well, isn't that how he met Vanessa?
Mm-hmm.
Is he
Yes.
bought the painting and
So is she? I wonder what she's gonna do.
she is.
She was poisoned, and then he sent her away. But
He
they
saved
end up,
her.
Well, yeah, but he sent her away to be safe. But
she's gonna have
in
to-
comics, I mean, they get married, and then that's his wife. They end up being
And
married.
then he has a son in the comics too, who's just the Rose.
Oh,
Or he went by the moniker of the Rose, and I guess he was like trying to
yeah, he's basically an
stop
assassin.
his dad or
I don't
depower
remember.
him or overthrow him was the word I'm looking for.
But you get D'Onofrio's portrayal of Wilson Fisk, and then that scene where he decapitates a dude
With a car door.
with a car door.
that was just
Yeah,
brutal.
this isn't for kids. This isn't the MCU.
I think that's why it's better because we're not trying to
Or-
market
or-
it towards kids.
Are we DC fanboys that this think dark is better?
Well, no, but
I
Daredevil
like
is a
dark
very.
stuff because
Well, I know,
the
but
characters are more.
That's what people are going to say, and I mean,
Well, I mean, maybe you think that's what people are going to say. I don't
That's
think
people are
what
for a
gonna say.
majority. I know lots of parents that wouldn't let their kids watch
I won't let my kid watch
the
any of
Netflix
it.
shows, and it's not
Yeah, I
because
don't blame
they're not
you.
good. It's very adult content, but Daredevil has always kind of been that
more
way,
adult.
at least since the '80s when Frank Miller got a hold of the title, and he's the reason we have Elektra, and he's the reason we have the Hand actually, and Elektra was really, in my mind, truly meant to be a one-time character. He killed her off with the stipulation with Marvel that they were never to revive her.
And they kept doing
Obviously,
it.
Marvel's not going to listen because they've revived her. Not that she's a bad character,
Yeah,
but it's at the same time that, like, I've not read any of her stuff. I've read all of Miller's run. It's phenomenal, but
I
I've not
tried
read.
reading a run of Elektra. I think it was like Marvel Now or something. I tried reading it. I really just couldn't get into it. I don't know, there was something about it that just didn't pull me in. Even though I do like Elektra, but her portrayal in the show, I don't remember her being that batshit crazy. Is she?
I didn't read the comics.
She
Jennifer Garner, no.
no, Jennifer Garner no, but Jennifer Garner is the furthest thing from being exactly how Elektra looks to anything.
Well, but was her portrayal of Elektra maybe not physically, but maybe like
I don't actually remember, to be completely fair, but I know that Elodie Young does a good job as Elektra. I'm not the biggest fan of Elektra. That's my biggest issue with season 2 is not that Elektra is
But
done bad.
I just don't remember her being so bloodlusty.
But how much have you read?
That's true.
Well, that's true. I haven't, but I mean,
Like I'll be all openly. I haven't read any of it. I'm not going to read Elektra.
I guess
and
maybe
then-
this is just me because I've seen the Jennifer Garner movie, and then I'm kind of, and of course, you always compare shit in your head, and so I'm like, okay, well, I don't remember her being that kind of,
Yeah.
And of what I have read of Elektra, that like 1 or 2 issues, I don't remember her thinking, "Ooh, let's kill people. It's fun. Let's just stabby stab stab." I just never got that vibe off of Elektra. Whereas Elodie Young portrayed her as very just
Trigger happy almost.
yeah,
Without a gun though.
She was an
Yeah.
assassin.
Oh,
Well,
sure, but just
she
because
is
you're
an assassin.
doesn't mean you got to do it for free.
Doesn't mean you're not going to not like doing it though.
Or practice makes perfect.
Yeah, fair points.
But
Punisher?
anyways, Punisher.
Well, I don't like the Punisher.
No, but I'm saying it's the same way. Like, I mean, he kills with purpose. I mean, technically, she has purpose just to kill. I mean, it's like any psychopath. I mean, you could
Yeah.
argue that she's psychotic.
Well, not psychotic because
Well-
she can still function in society. Maybe sociopathic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or now in the new DSM, or what did they call it? It's a antisocial disorder.
Oh my god.
So it just sounds more.
Is that what they
pleasant.
diagnosed Harley Quinn with?
Probably.
Drew
HIV or
Goddard
something?
was interviewed actually about Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, like after season 1 had come out.
And who's
season
Drew
2 was on the
Goddard?
way. He's the creator of.
Oh, okay.
He's considered the creator of Daredevil, the show. And what he did when they were talking to him, he views season 1 as the origin story. You know, it's the path to becoming a hero. Season 2 is what does it mean to be a hero, because you get Elektra, who is